Hello everybody, I'm Duke James. This is Vietnam 3.0. So looking at, it's actually been a couple years. Looking at the census, our growth is now 15,000, so we are seeing growth. My income is negative 9 ducats. So it's dropped a little bit. I haven't done temporary tax relief in a little bit. So the peasants are paying a little bit more for me. This is closing. Now national income is 102, realm expenses 208, so that's slowly closing the gap. Corruption is decreasing a little bit. Residents, still not good. I've ignored them for the most part. Food looks the same-ish. Demand is increasing by a lot. 852 now. Demand is. Some of these provinces up here are actually positive now, farmlands. Like this province is positive 9 ducats. That one's negative 3.5 ducats, so not that far off from being positive 4.5 ducats in that province. 38 ducats in that province, so that's a little bit far off still. These provinces down here are pretty far negative. This one is negative 261 ducats. The irrigation on buildings should help a little bit, but that's not going to close that gap that fast. This one's negative 87. This one's negative 103. So that's how these provinces were a while ago, but those eventually closed. And these provinces, these three, should have really high negative forestry industries because I put a lot of investment into those. Negative 42, negative 179. So those are pretty bad. But we're good in terms of production in most things. Raw materials, fuel, fiber, way above where demand is. Consumer, military, good. Even naval's positive. Industrial's negative, or industrial's positive as well. Luxury and exotic are not, but that's fine. Knowledge is good. Not a whole lot of commerce. The subsistence is decreasing in these provinces up here, this little heartland, industrial heartland, so that's good. This used to be 55%, so it's decreased 6 to 7% in that province. I think it drops as a sector. So all of these provinces should be, yeah, 48.9. So that's decreasing, so there should be more trade going on. 32% down south. So that's good. I made Lingnan a tributary, but I think I'm going to break that before their truce ends with the song. They're supposed to be giving me close to 400 manpower a year. I don't think they actually do that, though. And if the song attack them, then I'm going to fight them by myself pretty much, so I don't want that to happen. Their truce ends December 1409, so there's a couple years left. Other than that, pretty much just trying to close that gap. I have all of the territory except one province. And keeping up relations with the other Chinese powers to try and protect myself. Even if I wanted to, I can't really attack Song, because if I attack Song, then Ming and Xia would both join, and there's no way I can survive that, so. If I get fortification ideas, and they attack me, I think I'd be fine. Because that should help my, fort defense and cause them more attrition. I also increased the admin and diplo tax by 5, so I'm also getting more taxes. Interesting, I'm paying property maintenance despite it being negative. Which I guess that makes sense because I'm still maintaining that property. Alright, now income increased a little bit, and realm expenses dropped a little bit, so... now we're negative 7 ducats. The truce with Liang ends 1410. What are these? Demoted greater nobility. Okay, so greater nobility was a crutch. Not a crutch. It was a thorn to getting stability. So if I can get this to 1, then I'll do one of this one with the burghers. I'll do that reform with the burghers, which costs 150 dip. Which is why I am focusing dip. Disowned relative and noble concession. I want to revoke a nobility privilege. So that gives plus 10, this gives 7.5, so that's plus 17. Plus 10 relations as well. I wanted to get rid of this one. Drop this one down 1. Decrease the noble's influence. Get rid of a little bit of yearly corruption. And yearly prestige decay. That, unfortunately, that's negative 30 relations between the aristocrats and the state, and those two supports only give 10 now, so that would drop by 20. And 18 loyalty, so it would drop them down to about 50. I think that's fine. Yeah, because I really don't want to do any of these other ones. So they'll be at 50 for a while. Their power is now 57. I'm not going to do promote and support commerce for a little bit. I'll take that trade efficiency. Burghers are at 70% anyway. Alright, so there is a privilege taken from the aristocrats. One of many. Gotta get to 1 stability, then I'll do this one. With the burghers. Liang declared war upon Lingnan. So I should be called into this, theoretically. Or not. Lan Zhang will transfer trade power to Ayutthaya. Okay. Apparently I'm not called into this, which is interesting. Lingnan is not transferring us trade power anymore, so that should hurt our trade income a little bit. 665. Alright, well, I guess I'm not going to fight with them then. I don't think they're going to win. They are allied with Mong Mao, but it's not going well so far. I did plan on canceling that anyway, so... I'm doing a claim, a spy network in Malacca, because I could attack them. I can actually get a claim on them. And then they're allied with Khmer, so I could fight Khmer before the truce ends and get some more money from them. loot their capital again. Just gotta try to make money wherever I can. See about renting out Condottieri. Nope, can't do it that war. Because I have a truce with Liang. My manpower is about 30,000-ish. My force limit actually went up to 16 and it dropped down to 15. It's 15 right now, so I have 15,000 troops fielded. It might have actually gone up to 16. I'll check that. I think it was briefly 16 there for a second. Still 6 ducats. Okay, our national income decreased a little bit. Realm expenses continues to decrease, but our national income decreased as well. Our corruption is increasing by 0.6 now. State corruption. There's a lot more corruption now. If only I had meritocracy. Oh, look at that. Oh wait, no, that's legalism. There we go. I was like, meritocracy doesn't give you a corruption reduction. No, that was legalism. Meritocracy still gives tech costs negative 30% yearly corruption, admin efficiency. That puts me at a huge disadvantage because all of the Chinese powers, the major 3 powers, have meritocracy. So they have that technology reduction. They also have low corruption as well. I'm going to take the next admin tech, go ahead and do fortification ideas. Garrison size plus 30%, so if I'm attacked I can use that offensively, assuming the fort is not too overwhelmed, because then they won't sally out. But that can be used offensively by sallying before you attack, so this is pretty good actually. Let's see, I have 1450 points. Apparently I was ahead of time. I'll get that in a year. Song is Tech 12 now, so I just have to keep up with Song, which I should be able to do, even without meritocracy. Yeah, they've been fully annexed. I might not need to have to get rid of them, because they might be gone anyway. Yeah, they got... okay. They do not exist anymore. They still show up on my list for now, though. That's funny. Oh wait, no, okay, they do exist down here. Yeah, I was like, why would they be on the list if they didn't exist? So... I'm just gonna go ahead and cancel that tributary status now. Because if Song attacks them, it's not worth defending that province down there. So I can attack these guys next year, which I'm going to try to immediately do. I'm rivaled with them, so I can't sell them their territory back, but I could potentially sell their territory to other countries. like Meiou. Who doesn't show up in this list because of that stuff on top of the O. Meiou has 2,000 troops. It's not a particularly great amount of troops, not a particularly great ally. They're not going to do much if we're attacked. I should get that claim on Malacca. I can actually take their territory. Slowly closing the gap. It's plus 13 income. Here's the autonomy map mode. Should have looked at this before I changed the capital. Seems about the same. These provinces are slowly going down with the downtick of separatism. Our religion adds plus 0.05. Then there's three, I think those are 3 bureaucratic reforms. Or laws that add 0.2 autonomy. And then they're non-accepted culture, so that also adds a little bit. And then a little bit of separatism. And then a lot from the elites. And then the base is plus 1.65. So as separatism ticks down, that should also slowly decrease as well. Go ahead and grab that. So I want as many defensive pips. Because I'm probably going to be outnumbered if I'm fighting Song. I'm going to take those. And then fire pips. There's a new ruler up north. Corruption decreasing a little bit. There's a lot of laws that add corruption. Decrease that ceremonial court towards the bottom by 0.2. It used to be 0.5. So I think they made that with the nobles, it requires more privileges being revoked to get rid of corruption, because I know one of them, familial appointments used to be 2 privileges to get rid of that, 0.5, but now it drops down, I think 0.15, something like that. So it takes longer to get rid of those as well. So they really wanted to add corruption to countries. And I really haven't even looked at this, but that is a lot that I'm pretty sure I don't have. Civil examination reform. Means of recruitment reform is greater than or equal to 3. Means of recruitment. This requires... It's 1 right now, so I need to get this to 3 to get meritocracy. So I would need 40 bureaucratic influence, 50 state reach, bureaucratic hierarchy, organized bureaucracy 1. I need to have an important center of learning or higher. Capital, infrastructure, capital needs to have a capital. I need to have either meritocracy institution, which I can't get that unless I have this, or 60 executive authority and capital infrastructure 3 or higher. Yeah, so what I'm getting from this is they don't want people to get meritocracy. That's inventing. I don't think a... Invention requirements, provincial invention progress. Provincial spread requirements. So I am next to a country that has meritocracy already, so I should probably aim for it spreading to my country. That requires pretty much all of the same. Means of recruitment is actually 1 instead of 3. Civil examination is 1 instead of 2. But everything else is the same. 22111122 instead of 22132222. So I should actually look at those. Alright, so I just checked. The only thing that I have under provincial spread requirements at the bottom is means of recruitment is 1. Means of recruitment is 1, so that is the only thing that I presently have. Sale of office is 1 right now, so that has to get to 2. Tax farming, I think, is one of these. There's nothing that actually says tax farming here. So if that's not a national reform, I'm not sure where that is. I'm looking at under transition from, is the green thing is what it says, is what the thing should be. Official wages, civil examinations, entry requirements, provincial administration, sovereign courts, sale of office. So I don't see tax farming reform there. And the taxes are here. The direct and indirect taxation are both of these, so I'm not sure where that is. If I can get back there, there we go. So that's a lot, really. I'm assuming tax farming is either 0 or 1, so that's 1. Sale of office is 1. Bureaucratic hierarchy is 1, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6. That's at least 6 reforms to start the spread of meritocracy. Because I don't think I'm going to... it's easier to get it to spread than to invent it. Especially since I'm right next to China. Liang has embraced it. And Lingnan has embraced it as well. How many favors do I have with Zia? Okay, I have 29. I have no claim, though. Fortunately, Song also borders Liang. Am I not rival to them? I should be rival to them. Song declared war upon Lingnan. Okay, so they didn't attack Liang. So I kind of want to protect Liang. If I attack Liang with Xia, Xia won't attack them because they'll have a truce. If I can get Liang to give these two provinces to Lingnan after Lingnan dies, then that'll be a buffer state between Song and Liang, and save Liang. That, this war down here shouldn't last that long. I need to save Liang in order to destroy them. Alright, Xia would actually not join. Oh, Xia's fighting... What are you fighting, Xia? Oh, they're in the war against Lingnan. Actually, everybody is in that war. So I have to wait for that war to end, so I will be back. Alright, that war should end soon. I'm going to go ahead and do temporary tax relief. So that'll get me to 1. Then I'm going to go ahead and do this. Abolish trade regulations. That'll get the burghers to 5. From 4 to 5. And then I'll also give a little bit of commerce production, a little bit of merchants from trade centers. Hopefully I can get to 3 merchants. That'd be nice. And then a little bit of other stuff. The nobility like it, which is nice. So plus 15 noble loyalty, 20 relations between the aristocrats and the state, so that's good. 1 hierarchy, the burghers like it. The nobility actually like it more than the burghers. Burghers plus 10, plus 1 consultation, 20 relations. Loses stability points, stability increase interval plus 30%. All power costs for 5 years plus 5%. A great success. And my income is 88 ducats and my expenses 154. So yeah, that is slowly, very slowly increasing. National income's properties dropped from negative 300 down to negative 89, but national income really hasn't done much. And that's just going to drop even more now because I did the taxes. I'm going to quickly do a census because I'm wondering what my pop growth is. $16,000, so it's even increased more from before. So that's nice. From 15 to 16,000. So we're getting a good amount of peasants, really. That's pretty much what it was for Fez, really, for the longest time. In like 1600, 16,000. At least I think so. I can't exactly remember. Residents still decreasing. I haven't really done much with them. I haven't done anything with them except build 1 amenities rank here. This province is now positive close to 40 ducats in terms of farmland. And these provinces should be slowly changing. In this province, the natural change of peasants is 371 and 500 are migrating. Life needs in this province are 200%, so the peasants' life needs are pretty much, they're being met. At least in provinces where I am putting a lot of spending. I'm gonna go check that map mode actually for peasant life needs. If I can find it. Peasant. Here we go. Peasant life need. Here's peasant life needs in the country. So down here, It's actually really good. That's also where labor is in the most demand. So up here it's about 100%-ish. 93% in that province. So down here about 200%. So that's our country. Changing that to the world to see how we compare. It looks like 200 is the max then. Okay, this is a lot of green. It's a lot more green than I would have thought. So it looks like everybody's doing pretty good, really. 122. Maybe I should reduce this. Let's see. Let's change it to 5. Okay, that helps out a little bit, so... Nobody's lower, really, than yellow. Is yellow the middle? Maybe I'll change it to 9. Still really doesn't do that much. So, yeah, okay. It's not, our life needs aren't as great as I thought they would have been. The ones in the south are on par with China's best provinces. So it looks like a lot of people's needs are being taken care of. Which means that this province with 93% life needs is actually pretty poor. And that's why 1,689 people are migrating out of this province. I'm gonna do 10 ducats of farmlands in this province to keep them from migrating out. Of course, that's not the worst result if they migrate out, because they can go south and help out, make those industries positive. Oh yeah, I'm waiting for this war to end, which Mao stands no chance. I'm gonna hold off taking those, actually, until that plus 5% ends, or I get attacked. Oh, alright, I've got it. The perfect idea. Okay, so this ended. While waiting for this war to end, I discovered the perfect idea. Also, Zia started subsidizing me, so this is the first time in a long time that I'm actually growing in terms of income, so that's nice. We'll see how long that lasts. But I'm going to get these 3 provinces and sell them to Zia, so that'll increase my coffers. I'll border Zia, but they shouldn't want my territory. Song briefly didn't want my territory, so I don't know if I showed that, but I was going to say, Song doesn't want my territory, but they do want my territory. Hopefully Zia does not want my territory and break with me. But that's something I am prepared to do. Alright, so I'm going to... Oh, I have to give them territory. Why would they not join? Attitude towards enemies, -10. Really, you like them now. I can always just fight this by myself. Because I wanted to sell those provinces to Zia. Well, now I'm thinking if that's a good idea, because they would border me. They do like me, though. Alright, well, I'm going to, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna attack them. I'm not gonna call in Zia. I'm gonna call in Ayutthaya. Conquer Cien. I'm gonna go here, because I think that's where their troops are. We'll see how this goes. They got their troops out. Get military access with them. Oh, there's no fort defense in this province at all. Loot that, grabbed a couple hundred ducats. Looks like they're trying to go into Ayutthaya's territory. No, they're going to my territory. Where are you guys going? There's 1,000 men in this province, in this fort. I don't unlock the level 2 until Miltech 15. Do garrisons increase? I believe garrisons increase fort defense. Not fort defense, but garrison size. So I should build garrisons in all of my castles. Because that'll get the defenders to 2,000 plus... What is that? That's 30%, so that'll be an additional 600 men. So that'll get all the garrisons to 2,600 men. Which is a lot more than the 1,300 that would be there. I'm not going to be able to catch these guys. Looks like Dali's just sitting up there. They don't want to do anything. I don't think I could sell... If I could sell one of these territories to Ming, I would do that, but I don't think they can core those territories. Of course, I'm not sure how Song was able to get territories down here. You have a 414. They have a 3-6. It's also jungle, and Ayutthaya's coming as well, so see how this goes. We took a beating there. I haven't suffered a battle that bad in a long time. We won, but we lost more than 5,000 men. So many dead from that. I'll just delete those stacks. This is the war goal over here, so I should take that. They have a fort up there and a fort there. Both horrible fort defense, so I'm going to try to grab those two. Well, I assume this is horrible fort defense. It is. So grabbing their forts. Actually, all of this is horrible fort defense. I'm gonna build back those troops. Before I go too deep into their territory. My assumption is Xia will own these provinces. That'll block off Song from attacking Liang. And if I constantly call in Xia when I attack Liang, they won't be able to take territory from them. Now, this war I didn't fight with Xia, but that's because apparently they like Xia, so if they like Xia, then they won't attack them. That's my thinking, anyway. And now Xia wants to join in. I might call them in, even though I don't need them, I might call them in just so they share in the truce. But I want to grab these three provinces. Actually, you know what? I could give them to Jingchu. Sell them to Jingchu? Or maybe Xia would give them to Jingchu. I don't think that's going to influence whether or not Xia wants my territory, though. I think even if their vassal owns it, if they want it, they'll try to get it. I'm gonna call them in. So they're at least here. So during wartime, I could actually give this to Jingchu and make sure that they get it. Kind of want to sell it just to get extra cash. Because Xia has about 4,000 ducats. Alright, I gave these two provinces to Jingchu, so that'll be theirs. And then I'm going to take these four provinces, and I'm going to sell these two to Xia. And then these two I'm going to release Lingnan. And then I think make him a tributary, something like that. I'm going to take this province, because there should be a lot of loot in that, and then should end after that. They can give me war ups, transfer trade power. If I want ducats, I should get most of them. Because the other countries really didn't do much. Get them to revoke that. I don't know what this is gonna do. Xia wants this province, so they might fight Lingnan for that. I suppose then actually what I could do is just not sell those two provinces, and then there'd be... Liang would be a buffer zone. Between Lingnan and Xia. Then I come out of this without selling any provinces, but I did make a lot of money from the war anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. I should get at least a couple hundred ducats from this as well. 100-ish ducats. Not bad. Plus some extra ducats, so I'll get 139 from them. These two go to Jingchu, which separates Song from Liang, and then I release this. I release Lingnan. They revoke a core plus war reps and some ducats. Thing is, I'm not sure if I can release Lingnan as a tributary. I'm gonna try. I get those two. No, I cannot. So I would just make them a vassal state. Well, I don't want that, so I'm gonna have to break that. I think we have a truce, though. Oh wait, no, I can release them. Release Lingnan. I lose 10 prestige. Mutual truce. And then I should be able to establish a tributary now. Unless somebody else beats me to it. Alright, and Xia doesn't want Lingnan. And that separates Song from Liang. Tax relief has ended. I'm trying to get new advisors. There we go, Metropolitan. Okay. That's 2 level 2 Metropolitans. Not half price, but that's alright. Making about 3 ducats. Looks like I'm over my force limit by 2 troops. Okay. And Lingnan will give me 156 manpower. So I do border Jingchu now, but it doesn't look like they want my territory, at least right now. I don't think that would really matter if they wanted my territory anyway, because it's what Xia wants. So, perfect. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode, so thank you for watching. There's a lot of map gore here now. Of course, there was a lot of map gore here already with this weird thing going on. But thank you for watching, and goodbye.